This is Kensington, Philadelphia, known as the Black Hole. Do you feel safe out here?
I mean, for the most part, but I've been here for a while, and I know here. I would say that it is not a safe place normally. I would not recommend people come here. I mean, it's high crime, high drug, high violence.
It used to be a lively place, but now it's filled with drug addiction, overdoses, homelessness, and crime. I chat with the folks in Kensington to learn about life on one of the world's toughest streets. I highlight how drugs affect people and seek solutions to the problem.
We are flooded with crime and 911 calls, so we have to respond to the crimes against people first. We have to respond to the rapes, the robberies, the shootings, the stabbings, and they take precedence over the users that are in the streets, unfortunately.
What happened to you? Why you're like this?
When they died, my wife, my kid died in 2 set of twins. I miss them a whole lot. I love them. I miss them a whole lot. Been out here on the street for 10 years, 10, 15 years, a long time. Too long, man, too long.
What was it like when you was growing up out here?
When I was here, we actually had like a sense of community, you know. My mom was a single mom, so, you know, she could leave us on the block and, you know, the neighbors watched us for a little bit. You know, you better help, you know, you better behave before the neighbor got you, you know, because you're getting your butt beat by the neighbor and your mom, you know. But nowadays there's no sense of community, camaraderie, or anything like that. You know, everyone just turns a blind cheek.
How can I say? Being nice, respect. You keep your mouth shut, don't end up in shit, you fine. If you want to be one of the ones that always want to end up in shit, yeah, I fuck you up and all that, no. Stay to yourself. People don't bother the ones that stay to themselves. Or this is how I did. They bother me because I stayed to myself, but I ignored them. I walk away.
How many kids do you have?
4.
Okay. What do you miss most about being a mother?
Pretty much everything. You know, I went from being a full-time mom with my kids 24/7 to literally having nobody and nothing. But yeah, I just miss everything. Just seeing them, honestly.
On my way to the store, get a coffee and what have you, and to prepare to go to church. And just stopped to talk to a woman I know that she was out there in the cold, had a fire going on. And so just as I stopped to talk to her, you know, gunfire rang out, you know, pop, 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 you know. And I just took off running. And, you know, right there at Jasper and Venango. And as I crossed the street, as I got maybe 100 yards, I felt it in my arm. And but I just kept running. I ran out of my shoes. I ran down a block, and then the next block was Atlantic, and I turned the block, and then I rolled under a car and just sat there for about 10 minutes until I heard police sirens and stuff. You know, I felt a little safe then. And then there were some security guys around, and they assist me, wrap my arm up, and I was rushed to Temple Hospital. This was the scene of the near tragedy right before Thanksgiving. At this corner right here. On the other side, happened right where those people standing at. And the gunfire rang out from up the street. And then I got hit when I ran down here. And when I got to around where this cage is, right here, that's when the bullet hit me, and I just kept running. All the way down to that stop sign, then I went to the right, and rolled under the car. But I just kept running. I ran out of my shoes.
Damn.
And
scary, man.
Yes, it was scary.
Life and death, you know?
Yeah.
What led to you becoming homeless?
Father came home from prison recently. My mother lived in Miami, Florida with her wife. So I was supposed to go out there. Dumbest mistake I could have ever made. but I want to choose and build a relationship with my father. But one thing a woman told me around here said, you can't build a relationship or pick up the pieces that's already been broken. Like meaning your father, he's been out your life for 17 years. Can't pick up the pieces and try to start like you was born again. My father, I thought I knew him as a person, but really didn't. He kicked me out because of my lifestyle. He said he raised 16 girls. He didn't want another one.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
So every day been a struggle for me.
The baby done died, the infants. A bad life, bro.
You don't have any family members? Where are you from originally?
In Philly.
You were born in Philly?
Yeah, my whole life. Yes. Yes.
How was your life like before all this happened to you? What was your career?
I did roofing.
You was doing roofing?
Yeah, I made on the union.
How long you did roofing for?
1970s. I'm 14 old. We started. I'm 14. Yep.
Why you sleeping on the ground?
I don't know. I got a mattress tail.
I actually have a college education.
Awesome. What field?
I'm a medical assistant by trade, certified phlebotomist. That's what people don't know about people down here. You know, we're not just what you see. There's more to us. You know, I've sat with lawyers and doctors. You know, everyone has it's the same story, different face.
What was your first drug experience?
It was with Percocet. With my daughter's dad, you know, we were like weekend warriors, and you know, I started, you know, getting high off that, and then that became too much to afford. And after I lost my mom, I just dove deep into like the heroin world and things like that, you know. Currently, I do heroin and I smoke crack cocaine.
How far do you go in school?
I have my BS from Penn State.
What are you doing in Kensington out here?
I'm an addict.
When did your addiction start?
I don't think I ever didn't have it. But I started abusing substances at 13.
Which one was it? Your first drug experience?
Alcohol is the first thing I ever did, but then at a really young age I started doing ecstasy.
Who influenced you to start doing that?
I guess one of the neighborhood kids, older sister.
How did it make you feel?
I mean, I guess cool, I don't know.
What was it like as a child growing up for you? What was your childhood like?
Very traumatic. So both of my parents were addicts.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you struggling with any addiction out here? Be honest.
I was.
You're not struggling anymore? Be honest.
I'll be honest, I tried the little stuff, but I feel like, what can that do? That can't take away what I'm feeling, homelessness still.
What's the little stuff? Like drug-wise, you mean?
Right.
Okay, listen, I'm not here to judge you.
I tried it. But you know, when you saw me that man asked for the lighter, I was going to say no, but I gave it to him because I remember me being in them times.
So you don't smoke crack anymore?
I smoke cigarettes.
Hey, all right.
And it's only because people kept saying to me, you're young, you're going to F up your life.
You do drugs?
Huh?
You do drugs?
No.
You don't do any drugs? So you're just homeless? Damn. How do you survive out here?
Panhandle eat.
You panhandle?
Yeah. People buy me food and stuff.
How easy is it to get drugs out here?
Huh? They do drugs.
No, I'm talking about how easy is it to get drugs out here?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
How easy is it?
It's easy. It's easy. Not hard. Just around the corner, around the hill, everywhere.
Yeah, so the results of that was a bullet went in here, went out, and fractured my forearm. And so I got some metal plate in there now. And I'm right-handed, and then it messed up some nerves in my hand. And so it's rough right now. I'm right-handed, so that's what happened.
Have you lived elsewhere besides Kensington?
I spent a little bit of time in Maryland, stuff like that, but nothing compares to here.
What's the biggest difference between Maryland and Kensington?
In Maryland, well, of course there's drugs everywhere, but it's more like a secret, you know, it's like a kept secret. I mean, not to say that's not just as bad there, but you know, it's not as open, it's not, their homeless problem is not as much as we have, you know, there's not needles everywhere, stuff like that. They're more, I guess, like in the closet addicts, you know, whereas though here, it's just every corner, everywhere, you know.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's hard for a person that's in recovery to stay clean in this environment. All it takes is that one bad day, right?
Not even that. I mean, they call samples, and you don't even need money now. You know, now you're right back in that line getting that sample, and next thing you know, you're right back into your dope addiction. You know, it's sometimes I feel like it's a controlled environment. You know, it's scary. There's haircuts, there's food, there's free drugs. Why would anyone want to get clean? You know.
Tell people what are samples. For those who don't know what sample mean, what is samples?
So samples are mostly like early in the morning blocks that are putting out new stamps for, you know, heroin and stuff like that. They give out samples, and it's usually like the best of the drugs because they want you hooked and they want you to come back to their block. And that happens 3-4 times a day. I mean, you can literally have no money and probably leave with a bundle of dope, you know. So there's people out here that don't ever hustle, you know, and they control their drug addiction by samples alone. And that alone is a crazy concept, you know. Like, not only is it an open air drug market, but they're giving you drugs for free.
This is a typical day in Kensington, a neighborhood in Philadelphia.
As police, homeless services, sanitation services come and clear out areas like this one. In the debris, you'll often find images like this. Narcan stashed away in a wall right next to a syringe. A life-saving treatment alongside the thing that kills.
Do you carry Narcan?
Yeah, there's Narcan everywhere down here.
Have you used it before, Narcan?
Yeah, many times.
Do you see people die out here often? How often do you see people die out here?
Every day.
And what does that do to your mindset?
I hope I don't end up that way.
Now due to the fact you're out here in an environment where there's a lot of drugs, do you carry Narcan with you?
Yeah, just in case I see somebody ODing.
Have you ever had to use it? What's your biggest fear in life? What are you afraid of?
Success.
You're afraid of success?
Because you don't know what it would do. Success get over people's heads. And then they think they're better than somebody. I don't want to end up like that.
I've seen people die. I've seen a couple guys, buddies of mine, that I'm not sure if they died, but I know they OD'd and I haven't seen them. One buddy of mine, Mike, I hadn't seen him in 2 years since he OD'd, and then a guy, 2 weeks ago, right on the avenue. I was standing there with them, and I come out the store, and then I think he was like doing his thing, drug thing or whatever, and right after that he just fell right out on his back and his eyes rolled in his head. I called the ambulance for him, so I haven't heard from him, and so he was just about dead when the ambulance came. So, yeah, I've seen.
Right. What's your do you carry Narcan with you?
Yep. Yep. Yeah. So I carry it, and I, like when they're giving it out, I get as much as I can. And I hold a few, and then I give it out to little pockets of drug activity. And
Have you ever had to use it?
On somebody, yeah, yep. Like the one 2 weeks ago, I had Narcan him before the ambulance got there, and he did jump up a little bit and start breathing, and so a few times over the years.
How much do you use in a day, drug-wise? Would you say?
My habit is close to almost $200 a day.
Damn, that's expensive.
Very expensive.
And the crack monster takes everything. You know, the crack monster is no joke.
That's a whole new beast in its own. I wasn't always like smoking crack, and I wish that in a year I've gotten high on opiates for 10 years. I never lost anything as fast as I did when I picked up that stem. Like in a year, I lost everything: my kids, my house, my cars, clothes, everything. In just a year, and I saw it all happening, but you can't stop. You just can't stop. It doesn't, you're in love with something first, and that's definitely the drugs.
What are some hustles that people have out here to make money?
I mean, people hustle everything from works, which are needles. They hustle, girls do dates. I see people scrapping metal. Honestly, anything, looking out on corners to, for the call for the cops. There's money everywhere. People hustle people, anything, a quick come up, overpricing drugs for kids that are out of the county and stuff like that. That's, there's a hustle everywhere, honestly.
If you had one wish, what would you wish for?
Get married, Get married.
To get married? Yeah. Do you get help from the government? No food stamps?
Nothing. No ID, nothing.
You don't have an ID? Why don't you try to get your ID?
It costs money, $35.
You don't have anybody to help you?
Nope, nobody.
How long have you been homeless now?
A couple months. And I went to a shelter. They was judgmental to me, disrespectful, and I couldn't take that disrespect because every time a person disrespects me or calls me by my name, it resorts back to my father, the names he called me.
Don't you have any other family members you can go stay with?
Well, my family gave up on me once I became trans.
Oh yeah, that's not cool.
They act fake. Only person I have is my mother, but I can't really see her yet because she's in Miami. And I'll be out here trying to make my little money because I'm trying to build my money to get a little ticket, a little $60 ticket to leave. Because once I leave, I'm not looking back.
All the stuff that you have been through in your life, what have you learned from it? Yeah, what have?
Money, power, and respect.
That's what you learned from all the stuff that you have been through?
Yeah, because you're powerful by struggling out here, surviving out here.
What are your goals and dreams in life?
I have no dreams in life. This is a dream.
So Rob, what's your solution for all this?
I think the community, it takes a team effort with the neighbors, the community, the police officers, the mayor, the commissioner. I think it's a package deal that needs to really clamp down. Not just throwing people in jail, giving people help. I believe in I believe in second chances, and maybe a system where 3 strikes and you're out. Something like that. Where you can get help, but 3 chances, then you need to be behind somewhere other than out here in society to kind of teach you a lesson, and maybe that would jolt a person a little bit, but it's a team effort.
Okay. Well, Brother Rob, thank you so much for this update, and I'm glad again that you're alive. What's your living status? Where do you live?
I'm currently homeless. For fear, I don't want to go to the shelter I'm afraid to be too far from the drugs or have to be in at a certain time and not make enough money to go in for the night, things like that. There are resources, and I can say for myself, like, I choose to be out here. I definitely do. That's a choice. Like I said, whether it's the time restraint or everything that plays into my head. But mainly, I'm afraid to go too far from the drugs.
Have you been able to beat your addiction?
I just had a year clean last year, week before Thanksgiving. This has been my longest straight run for a year. But I was on methadone, and that had its own issues too. So, but I'll get it back. I'm just not ready at the time, and I don't want to waste any resources right now.
When the last time you used?
Like right before I walked up here, so maybe 45 minutes ago.
And how long does it last before you start getting sick?
Not long. It's way different than it used to be. The stuff has no legs. You get sick quickly. It's the trank. It's a whole nother thing. Like the way your body's addicted to it. It's nothing like I've ever been addicted to before.
Do you think they put fentanyl in every drug out here?
I mean, sometimes they do. I know that for a fact because they have test strips that they give us out here, and sometimes fentanyl's in meth, sometimes it's in crack. I've seen people that didn't do heroin overdose off of crack because there was fentanyl in it. I mean, at one point I had my own place, I had my kids, I had a playground in the backyard, a brand new car in the driveway, and I gave it all away.